WOLF Wolf Radio, located at the University of West Georgia in Carrollton.
Streaming at thewolfuwg.com and on the Odyssey app.
Hey, move! I'm coming through.
Hey, get the music ready.
We're going on soon.
And welcome back to Mall. And today,
Yay! What's going on with the music?
I don't know.
Drew, recheck the board.
I am. The music is going crazy.
Dude, we're running out of time. What do we do?
Slow down. Just stall. We can make it.
No! It's already 2 o'clock.
Someone fix it before the show is
all mixed up.
Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah.
All mixed up.
All mixed up. All mixed up.
Welcome back, guys, to All Mixed Up every Friday at 2 p.m. I know you guys have been waiting for the show to come back because we have been waiting for you. We have been waiting for you. Today, we have an exciting episode, but of course, let's go around the room. Who do we have here today?
Yeah, you know, it's just, I'm Drew, just sitting here, just saying hi to everybody. Hoping everyone's having a good day.
Oh, you're Drew?
Hey, y'all, it's Yana.
Oh
my God.
Be for real, y'all. Who do we have here today?
It's Ye, just sitting here having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, y'all, it's Drew. You know, the one you come back for.
Okay.
I mean, what can I say?
Okay.
Here we go again.
And on the board, of course, you have Ayana. Today, because our lovely host, KJ, is not here.
Finally retired, bro. I've been waiting for this one.
Oh, he gonna come back mad.
He is a little sick, so we are going to make this episode as exciting as possible for you guys, and I'm going to step in for host today. So I'm really excited to drive this conversation because today we have albums, but more specifically, we're going to be talking about some of the albums that have made you feel something, you know, and it could be anything. It make you feel so excited and happy and amazing, really angry, or really sad. Do you guys have any albums, like, in particular that have made you feel, like, such extreme emotion that you just hold on to it?
The Freddy Fazbear soundtrack, apparently. Like, hello.
Let me step on. Let me look up the actual name of the album because I can't think of it off the top of my head. I think I know it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, very apparent, Faye Webster.
Yeah. Of course. And that's so real, to be honest.
All of her music, like, it's just so... Yeah, I know I'm funny, haha. Dude, that album, I could listen to it. Even, like, the album that Kingston's on, like, I could just...
Atlanta Millionaires Club.
Go dead silent, put on my headphones. I didn't, you know, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it, because I haven't really dived into Faye Webster the way that I really want to, but her voice is so, like, illustrious to me.
It's
like,
beautiful.
It pulls me in. I'd be like, man, I kind of want to listen to this, like, 5,000 more times right now.
Like, the way she, like,
actually.
swings the notes, and oh my god.
Oh, my
and, like,
goodness.
what's crazy is she's from Atlanta, which
Yeah.
is insane to me.
Atlanta Millionaires Club,
She went to
baby.
high school, I think it was high school with Lil Yachty.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, so they're like, that's why Lego Ring was made, because they were friends for a while, and they just collabed.
That's crazy.
But seeing her live in concert, dude, is just...
This is how Tamara moves. Just oh my god. Like, I was so scared to listen to that Biba Doobie album, but oh my god, I haven't felt that many emotions in an album. I don't even know since, like, how long. It's just, it's magical. Just also, she writes a lot about California for someone who lives in the UK. Hello?
She's so, if you've ever heard her talk, I don't think...
Biba Doobie.
Like...
She's like...
Yeah, and you know, this is my guitar. Like, girl...
I literally heard her for the first time. She's like, I'm just going to put this in my wool with my weird stuff. Like... And I was like, what? Hello?
And then you get on the album, Get Me Out of California. Girl, have you been there? Are you there? Why do you have to leave? Are
Maybe
you
she's
there?
like trapped in California.
Exactly.
Or something.
Her soul. California calls to her.
I'm going to be honest. Mine is a recent album. It's Doechie's Alligator Bites Don't Feel.
Oh my god.
I just listened to the album for the first time like a week ago. That makes me feel like... I can do anything.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I genuinely, like, Boom Bap is my favorite song on that album. And she's right. I am everything.
You
That's
are.
an interesting name for a song. And like, not to interject or anything, but like, I have a second one. Speaking of Doechii, Chromacopia just came out recently, and like, that album, I'm not gonna lie, like there's some songs on there that I just don't like resonate with.
Yeah.
But that entire album, even though like it's usually hype, there's something so like profoundly emotional about it. Like your song "Like Him," for example, like that song just screams emotion. So
There's been something in the air when it comes to like album releases in the past like 4 months.
Yeah.
Maybe even 8. It's
People,
just
like, artists have been putting their heart and souls into these projects recently, and I'm really here for it.
music is back, bro.
Music is back. Like, I feel like,
Ever since Drake fell off,
you know what? That Kendrick and Drake beef really
it saved
something.
music.
It did something for the music
it
industry.
was like we gotta bring our A game, bro.
Oh my gosh. And I love it. I love it so much. I feel like I
Love.
can finally, it's been like years since I feel like I can properly enjoy an album and how it makes me feel. Like I can sit and listen to an entire album and be like, man, that was like a journey. Like I felt like you just told me like a story within 60 minutes of an album. It feels like a feature film with instrumentals.
Absolutely.
I love it so much, but we are going to continue this conversation later because there are so many other things I want to talk about in terms of album storytelling in general, but enjoy this music in the meantime. our DNA.
DNA.
Our DNA.
DNA.
Before there was BTS, there was Kendrick Lamar, and don't forget it.
Yeah.
Our DNA.
DNA.
And that's what's important. Now, listen, y'all. I am an avid album listener. I like my singles. I like to listen to certain songs here and there. But most of the time, you're going to hear me listening to an album on repeat. No shuffle. Just straight storytelling from start to finish. And the thing that I like the most about albums is that there is usually, and we're going to get to that, there's usually such a cohesive story that I'm like, I can't get enough of this. I can't stop listening to it. It is literally like etched into my brain. The more that I listen to it and the more that I like dig myself into the story, I start getting emotional, y'all.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
What's an album that doesn't necessarily tell a story that y'all do enjoy?
SOS.
Can't really think of one. Because, like, I just recently started listening to albums fully. So I can't really, like, give you an answer to that.
That's real. No, that's real. I get that. I, too, also just started listening to albums very recently.
My attention span is so
Really?
cooked. Like, I can choose songs. So I can't listen to full albums sometimes.
I just put, like, their entire discography on shuffle, and then I'll see what sticks.
Also, like, another thing for me is that most of the time, like, I don't know when an album drops because I'm not, like, in the know like that. So I don't, like, follow. Like, Chromacopia is, like, the first time I've ever been there for, like, an album drop or whatever. So it's kind of like, if the album's already dropped, I'm probably just going to hear it everywhere else anyway.
I get what you mean. I literally, like, I pre-saved my first album, like, a month ago.
Yeah.
And it was just the MXM album. That's it.
That is so funny.
Ha, 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 ha.
Is there any album that you like that doesn't really tell a story, but you kind of feel like you make it up in your head?
Oh, that's good. I had to. Hold on, man. Hold on.
I mean, this one is kind of, like, dumb because it does tell a story, but I kind of make it up in my head. A lot of Mitsuki's albums that I listen to.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because a lot of her albums talk about, like, her own personal struggles and as a woman how hard it is. But as someone who has my own struggles, like, I like to see myself in a lot of her music. So I kind of make the story about me and what I've had to go through throughout my fair share of hardships.
I think Mitski's, like, a really good, like, artist for that. Just because,
Yeah.
like, all of her, like, really a lot of her songs just deal with being, like, an Asian American woman.
Yeah.
And just, like, how that's such, like, a different experience from, like, everybody else.
And her Lush album's about, like, what it's like being a woman.
Yeah.
And that's, like, a prime example for what I do or whatever, right? Because, I mean, I'm not, like, in a big music industry or whatever, but, like, obviously, like, men's mental health isn't really that often talked about.
Yeah.
So I kind of, like, turned Mitsuki's album into, like, what it would be for me, especially as someone who's gone through a lot of the same issues.
Yeah, I feel like that's an important thing to do, like, not just for albums, but, like, just, like, any song you hear, like, it's good to have that relatability to something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on the other side of that, another one of SZA's albums that I listen to that, like, I don't resonate with, but I could, like, it makes me feel emotional hearing her talk about it is Control, because that entire album is just her talking about heartbreak and how, like, the various men that she might get involved with don't treat her right, or she's the other woman, or, like, she has this whole plan of them meeting her family and then it doesn't work out. And I'm like, dang, like, I cannot imagine getting into, like, a number of relationships, because that's literally what it sounds like on that album. She just tries and tries and tries and tries and tries.
Especially in Broken Clocks.
Oh my God. Like, all I got is these broken clocks. Like,
Ooh,
dang,
bar.
keep on wasting your time, girl.
I'm saying, and you know,
keeps hurting you.
as someone who can relate to, like, all the stuff that she talks about in that album, it's just such an interesting comparison to see, like, people who don't, how it's still, like, it's such a moving experience.
Exactly. And, like, I revisited the album a few months ago, and I rediscovered 20-something, and that hurt me.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh my God. Like, I really am just a girl in the world. Like, I just got here. It's only my third day out here. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like all these pressures from society, all the relationships I'm supposed to be in, all the career goals I'm supposed to have achieved at this point, and I feel like I've done nothing. And I'm only 20 whatever. Like, I just feel like life is moving and I'm not. And when I heard her on that song, I was like, girl, you're talking to me. You're
And you
talking
and
to
I,
me.
we was having a
Me and
conversation.
Solana, Ayana and Solana is talking.
Ayana and Solana is talking.
It's talking together. And that it's kind of stuff like that where like each song has its own story, but the whole thing is so much about like different forms of heartbreak that it made my heartbreak for her and in a way for myself and like how I felt like I was doing at the time in life. And then she came up with SOS and I was like, oh.
It's just it's the thought of like you put me in a room with SZA, Mitski, Faye Webster, Clairo, oh my God, and Leve, and I'm not coming out of that room. It's over. Like
That's so real. And I feel like another thing a lot of people doesn't like they don't talk about in terms of because we've talked a lot about like artists that have very very melodic voices, but even some of like the hip-hoppier albums and stuff like that hold such a place in my heart. Like y'all ever took a minute and listened to Traumazine?
I don't even know what that is, I'm gonna be honest.
It's Megan Thee Stallion's album from I want to say like 2-3 years ago. And everybody, I'm gonna just say it, everybody moved on too quickly from Traumazine. They moved on far too quickly from that album. NDA, Anxiety.
Oh my God.
Like, she was pouring her heart and soul out on that album. And I was like, oh my God. And I felt like nobody was listening to her.
she delivered everything with
She
that.
delivered everything. It wasn't until she came out with Cobra that everyone was like, oh.
Oh my God, her mental health.
Wait, like,
Oh my God.
she's
Like,
actually kind of going through something, you guys. I'm a little... Maybe we should check on her. Like, yeah, she's been going through a lot for a long time. Y'all see what the media be doing to her?
That's why I feel like albums like that tell stories are so interesting because it's like it's an artist like telling you I am a person with emotions, relate to them, but also understand them as like a person that I am and like experiences that I go through.
But what did Outkast say? Y'all don't want to hear me. Y'all just want to dance.
Really?
They don't be listening to the music like I do.
Unironically, I really love that line from Outkast.
Like,
Yeah.
seriously.
Because it's real.
It's real.
It's real.
Andre 3000 really cooked with that one because like I've noticed a lot more that people are like, oh my God, this song is really good, and I'm like, yeah, I love the meaning behind it, and da 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 da, and they're like, oh, I didn't even realize it was that deep. I was like, but that's like the whole song. What do you mean?
Oh my God.
Like
people like, sorry to cut you off, but people would be dancing to like songs about like how someone's like super depressed and stuff like that. Just like, oh, this bangs.
exactly.
It's really funny.
And it's crazy to me because like, have you guys heard Cobra by
Yeah,
Megan Thee Stallion?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Have you seen the music video?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. The song is her literally pouring out how like she's been going through a lot. You know, the media has been eating her up. Her mother passed away. She's been losing friends left and right. And all this while trying to balance like a career and a personal life and trying to like strengthen her mental health and how she feels about herself now that she doesn't have her mother there to, you know, like kind of congratulate her.
Yeah.
People saw the music video and was like, well, she's getting naked in the music video, so she's obviously not that depressed. What are you talking about?
I don't know when like the concept of like nudity turned into this like really big like anti like self-love thing, but I mean when you look at the meaning behind the music video and just the song itself, it sends like such a powerful message, and I wish people would step away from like this like preconceived notion that they have of like what like depression or just like any other mental struggle is supposed to look like.
Exactly. And I want to get into that later. I'm going to want to hear about how you guys feel about like some of the more sad and somber sides of like emotional albums, because
You picked the right people for that.
I sure did. We will be back right after this amazing music.
Are you a believer of Jesus Christ? Are you also interested in getting to know him better? If you are, then I encourage you to come join me on Godfidence.
God bless everyone.
Where we get to know God and push you to be a better version through him. So join us every Tuesday from 12 p.m. to 1. Yeah, that's right. You heard me. So come on and join us here at Godfidence to learn how to attack your day with a smile on your face.
Ate that.
Ate that zam.
Ate that
Ate that
zam.
zam.
Ate that zam. The music you guys just heard is actually a super great transition into what I want to hear from you two, Yade and Drew, because
Us two, Yade and Drew.
you're
Us two.
more inclined in the realm of like emotional, you know, very kind of somber, little melancholy side of music. I'm not so tapped into that, so I want to hear some of like your favorite storytellers of that kind of sound.
Well, I'm glad you asked because that is my expertise, I would like to say. I love,
Oh dear.
I have a love-hate relationship with that because I love feeling emotional, but I also hate it. So, first up, right, a personal band that I love, TV Girl, right?
Oh, love TV Girl.
For example, the song Not Allowed is all about longing. It's Yade's familiar.
I'm very familiar with Miss Not Allowed.
It's the feeling of like being left out, longing for that emotional connection. Obviously Mitski. A lot. Marina and the Diamonds.
Oh
my
Marina,
gosh.
girl, yeah.
I got a list, bro. Vacations, right?
Oh,
Especially Telephone. That song specifically hits the heartstrings. The Neighborhood.
Oh, the neighborhood. The neighborhood is like a classic in that genre.
Exactly. Like
I also like I Dress. They're not like
Yes.
super popular. Like they have like 3 popular songs, but it's just I've never felt such like a range of emotions like listening to just one song. Like Jealous just makes me feel like all of my emotions at once, like the hatred, the jealousy, the sadness, the like longing, the love.
Yeah.
It's just all there in just like a 2-minute 30 song. It's incredible. It's crazy.
Oh, I dress like eyeball.
yeah.
I'm sitting here like,
See, I'm not the biggest fan, or I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm not the biggest fan. I don't listen to his music that often, but Ricky Montgomery.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
Like when Line Without a Hook dropped.
what?
y'all are hearing them get in their feels.
Oh, sorry. This is a very. I could go on for like ever about the Mac
Go on.
DeMarco.
Oh, Mac DeMarco.
my God.
Yes, absolutely.
Like there is no way you're not sitting down and listening to the Moonlight on the River and not at least shedding like 3 tears.
I love
Because
shedding tears to that song.
That song, unless you're Ariana.
What?
But that song, like it just, especially with that part where there's no lyrics and it's just like do 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 do. Like
I love like little outros like that. Like, do you guys remember when the outro for Chiquitita by ABBA like went like nuts with like
Yeah.
the Luca edits and everything?
Yeah.
That little outro. Oh my goodness gracious!
I won't lie. I do love a good song outro where it just like I get to sit in what I just felt.
Absolutely. I'm a Cave Town enjoyer, as everyone probably knew already. All right, let's not laugh too hard.
I'm dead.
But Meteor Shower.
quick, take cover.
No, but that song, like, it's one of those songs where I can just really vent my sadness to. Like, I don't have to say a word. I don't have to sing a word. I just have to sit in that song and just like let the emotions just ring. And like as an artist, that's such a like successful thing that you can do is like just cause emotions so strong that nothing needs to happen from the listener. Just exude all of that emotion.
You know who does that really well?
Who?
Tame Impala.
Oh,
Tame Impala.
Tame Impala does that really well.
I'm gonna start crying
because eventually, like that song's really good, but like for songs like The Less I Know the Better, that one's like you don't even have to think about it. Like you could just feel it coming from the voice and everything. Like
I want y'all to come together and curate a playlist for me.
will you sit down and listen to it?
You might not survive that experience.
Will you survive that experience?
I don't know. We gotta find out because I wanna dive into this. Y'all are talking about it in like such a like man.
I mean, you're familiar with a lot of them.
I wanna know. I'm really not.
Like I mean, Melanie Martinez is one of them. I mean, maybe you're not familiar. I'd assume you're familiar because
I'm
she's
familiar with her, but I don't know if I would really consider her music like somber and melancholy.
Well, it depends on what album you're listening to. Like the Crybaby album is definitely somber and stuff like that.
That one's definitely a little bit more on the sad emotional side.
Like her newer ones are about her leaving that behind. So I mean, it's not really on like a like super song. Like it still has her like.
It's more melancholy than it is somber.
Exactly.
But I just. Like, I Dress I've never heard of. I don't listen to Tame Impala. I stopped listening to The Neighborhood like a long time ago. I think just because, like, I was kind of getting into my hip-hop rap era again.
Real. No, that's absolutely real.
And, like, a lot of the other ones I've heard of, but I don't listen to their music solely because I know that they make, like, the very... oh my god, like I need to sit in my room in the dark for a little bit type of music, which I don't do. So I don't like, I'm not familiar to the degree that you guys are familiar.
I've also come to like the appreciation of just like the one-off songs from like the occasional artists from the UK. They surprisingly, for like an artist that you don't necessarily want to listen to more of, you can gain like a lot of emotion just from like the instrumentation and like the lyrics. Like you don't have to know a lot about somebody to like feel a connection.
Like I cannot tell you how many times, like specifically on TikTok, where I'll just come into like I'll run into like an upcoming artist. I'll be like, this song is really good, and I'll add to my playlist. I think the most recent one I had was like Flawed Mangoes. Like I don't like the song overall, but the instrumental just really eats at me.
I think I have one of those too. Hold on. I think
one of mine is like Gotta Hear My Plea by Starberry. I know that's another one.
Oh my god.
Like I love that one. But like I don't know, like for me a sad song a lot of the time it's not even about the like vocals. And it's really good, like honestly, like respect to you for not like just listening to like more upbeat music.
Yeah.
But for me sad songs really just help me like get all that out without having to like vocally express it. Like sometimes I just can't cry. And if I listen to like a specific song, like for example Heather just came on, I'm like, oh my gosh, why am I about to cry, you know?
I know.
Like I was like, this song is so but like a lot of the time makes the instrumental is what makes it, because like the piano, the violin, a lot of that like more slow type of music is just really, I don't know, it just hits the soul in a different way.
For me, that's like it's this little band called Waylin Project. It's like it's literally just a brother and a sister just writing songs together. My heart has never broken so profusely.
No, that's Juju. I was thinking of the Wasted Summer song.
That is a good song, but no.
Yeah, you said brother and sister, I thought of that. So.
I mean, that's fair. It's just like I've just come to enjoy like just randomness.
Yeah.
Like there's so much like emotion you can glean from people you like know nothing about, which I think is so interesting.
That sounds so sweet. I never even really thought about it that way.
Because a lot of them, like, I'm gonna go back to him, Mac DeMarco, right? Like he is literally just living his life, and like he puts all, like, it's so interesting because Mac DeMarco isn't necessarily like a depressed guy.
Yeah.
Like he is literally traveling the country and like he dropped an album. I think it was like 60 something songs. It was just like sounds that he heard around the world that he thought sounded cool, right?
I mean, it's all in the way that you view life, man.
Yeah, and like it's so interesting to me how he can make such profound songs while also like not being like so. From what I can see, right?
Yeah.
So like into himself, like just reclused in like emotion.
Yeah, you guys talking about this is making me want to like dive into this side of music a lot more. So I do actually want you guys to make me a playlist. I am gonna listen to it, and I might report back to all of you that I have cried.
In all honesty, me and Nate share such similar music tastes. I could probably just send you mine.
Literally, I think he sent me his playlist, and it's just songs I know plus like maybe some I haven't heard before.
I want both y'all to come together.
Okay.
Oh, this will be.
It's gonna be a lot of the same songs. So we'll be fighting for like. All right, he already added this one.
It's gonna be like you're gonna be hitting the skip duplicates thing on Spotify quite a lot.
Yeah. That's really funny, but I'm okay with that. I like to listen to all kinds of music, so I'm really excited to hear what that's gonna sound like. And
no question.
In the meantime, you guys are going to listen to some really cool tunes. And next up, we're going to have some really cool cooking sessions. It might be a little mild, but that's okay, because today is a little mild. We're going to tone it down a little bit.
I'm going to breathe.
We haven't started cooking yet. Someone get in the hot seat. If you undercook, it'll be over for you.
It'll be over for you.
For you.
It'll be over for you. Now, this cooking segment, it can be cold, it could be hot, it could be mild. I don't care. I want to hear what y'all have to say. Who is in the hot seat today?
Me.
Oh my God, Drewberg.
God.
I know. Last time I kind of fumbled because I couldn't think of a topic, but you know, this time I would like to say,
Ooh.
I personally believe. Now, Billie does make good music. Don't get me wrong. I love Billie Eilish with my heart and soul. However, I think Faye Webster has the potential to be better than Billie Eilish, or is even currently better than Billie Eilish.
Yes.
Can you elaborate? Before you do, what would you like to be rated on? What is your scale for today?
My scale for today, let's see. A smoked, 5 being like a smoked brisket.
Ooh.
A day smoked apple, like applewood smoked brisket.
Ooh.
Or lunchly.
Rosanna Pansino, get in here, girl.
Get in here. Oh my God. So one is the moldy, nasty, clumpy lunchly. 5 being the applewood smoked.
Brisket.
I'm not even gonna say 1 day. We're gonna give it like 2 days smoked brisket. Fall off the bone. All right. Now go ahead and elaborate. I want to hear what you gotta say.
So for me, right, Billie Eilish, beautiful voice, right? She has her entire discography. I mean, you've all probably heard it.
Yep.
Right.
But for me, a lot of Billie Eilish, her singing style is so like, you could hear a voice on a song and you're like, oh, that's Billie. You know?
Yeah.
Like to me, her singing style has the same, like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, has the same flow almost. Like, every single one of her songs to me kind of sounded similar. While Faye Webster, like, you could hear, like, the voice cracks, the breaks, it's the swings, the tones,
It's
the
different
diction.
every
Like, it's
time.
different every time. And, like, all of her music is emotional. And, like, she's not just sticking to one specific genre, right? Like, Lego Ring was definitely, like, such a... I personally didn't like it, but like it was definitely it was definitely different, you know.
Yeah.
But Faye Webster, like I like how every single one of her songs, you could just, like I said, you could hear the voice breaks, the diction, like every single song conveys a different emotion, and like you could feel everything about it.
Expertise.
Yeah.
So
That was
sorry.
that was such a technical that was such a technical answer. I actually really did like that, and I haven't listened to enough Faye Webster to agree nor disagree.
Yeah.
However, with your explanation, I can see where you're coming from. I can see where you're coming from. I feel like Billie definitely has a way of conveying such emotion through her songs and through her lyrics that, like, it cannot be disputed that she is an amazing lyricist and an amazing performer. But there are some hidden gems out there that people are not tapped into.
Absolutely.
That Faye Webster's definitely a part of.
You know what's crazy? I feel like a Faye Webster Billie collab would give like the same energy. It'd give like a similar energy, but maybe like just like a little softer and more like toned energy compared to like our little Leve Biba Doobie collab that we got going on.
Hear me out. We got Billie Eilish,
Right.
Faye Webster,
Faye Webster.
and even though you said Leve and Biba Doobie, I say throw Leve in there. Right now, you have the emotional hiccups of Faye Webster. You have the silky voice of Billie Eilish, and you have the melodic instrumentals of Leve and her angelic opera singing voice.
I'm hearing you.
You want the children crying.
I'm hearing you.
You want
I'm
them
not
to
gonna
stop.
lie. I'm hearing
I
you.
want to have mascara running down. I don't even wear mascara. I want that. I want it to appear on my face whenever I cry.
You just want to look and be like, where's this mascara coming from?
Like tears, like soaked in mascara running down my face.
You know what? Do you know what'd be really funny? It's if that were to ever happen, if you just did put mascara on just for that purpose, like the same way that people literally broke up with their boyfriends and girlfriends with when the Olivia Rodrigo album came out,
just so they could get on the internet and cry about it.
literally.
But you know what? I like that take, and I would say that it's mild, reaching a little bit of a hot take, and I'm gonna up it a little bit. I'm giving you 2-day applewood smoked brisket that has then been wrapped in foil, set in the oven, and then you come home, your family is sitting at the dinner, and you just slice it and the juices are running.
Minus the family. I'm eating that myself.
Wow. Wow.
You know what?
But okay, real.
I will give you that exact thing, but you get some delicious sides of your own choosing.
You simply ate that. And
A sweet treat at the end.
Love that. And with that, we are going to go into our next break. I hope that you enjoy this next song because it actually does mean a lot to me. What she said.
Be careful with me.
Be careful with me.
You better be careful.
You better be careful.
You best.
Because we are not finna play this game. This was a great episode. I really liked this conversation today. And I mean that so for real. Y'all let me into a world I did not quite understand. I wasn't in it like y'all are in it, but I'm finna be in it.
You shall, in fact, be in it.
I'm finna be in it. Do you guys have any closing remarks, anything you'd like to say to our lovely listeners?
You guys are great, and you should come back next Friday because we will be right here doing the same thing.
We absolutely will. Every Friday at 2 p.m. So make sure you are tuned in. And
all mixed up.
All mixed up.